is labeled a gate, 2 taverns, and a bathhouse. Are those the only places you guys have visited?
Yes. Well, they've gone to the gate is where they started. The Elsong Tavern is a place they've gone, and the bathhouse is where you all left. You know that you need to head to the Low Lantern. So they've gone to 3 of the 4 locations.
I was gonna say that sounds like a rough night. 2 taverns and a bathhouse.
Or a good night, depending on...
Yeah, that sounds like a very good night to me.
Depends on the reason you ended up in the bathhouse.
I was going to say, considering there's a murder cult in the bathhouse, it's probably not that good. Hey, you've been officially called.
Hello, everyone.
Oh. How are you, hon?
I'm alright. Yeah. How are you?
Sleepy. Body was doing that thing where it wanted to wake up every hour. Get my... It's quite frustrating when you are really trying to, get restful sleep. Your body is just like, no. About that. What if we didn't?
What? You want restful sleep? How about waking up constantly and having fitful sleep?
Did the drink help at all?
Last night? No. I also woke up basically every hour last night. It's starting to become a real problem that I might have to look into. Because I'm getting more and more tired the more this is happening. And it only seems to be happening during work days. So, not helpful.
Have you tried any sleep aids?
That was the drink.
I more meant like melatonin tablets or something.
The drink is a sleep aid with melatonin stuff.
Fair enough.
Oh, shoot. I know Infernal. I did not realize that.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Everything.
Alright, bye guys.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me use my Dan voice.
I keep a bottle of melatonin next to my bed.
I've got like gummy melatonins too, but those ones are a little bit stronger, and I can't use those in my before work sleep because they keep me groggy after I wake up.
Just yeet you to sleep.
Yeah, I eat it all across Dreamland. But I was taking those and they were helpful over the week. My weekend, not the act. I got caught up on last week. Now it's like, hey, new week. Right back into it. So is everybody here then?
No.
I'm here.
Oh, well, Rez is in here, guys.
Alright, let me go get Raz. Alright, I got him.
Alrighty, so who wants to give the recap?
Last time on Descent into Avernus. 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 Either way. We met some prisoners and saved them, and they were super happy and to be rescued. Well, one anyway. The other was kind of dead. Shayna got a bag of bones after leaving. We met a big scary guy who could hit really fucking hard, and
Mortlock
was
Van Thamper, to be
Yes.
specific.
Morty, good old Morty, and
Morty.
and we were gonna, and we probably should have recruited him, but he let us take the treasure that they had, and discovering among that treasure was some treasure apparently from the cult of the dragon, and it's like, hey, this is my enemy stuff. I need to figure out what to do with this stuff. That was my character anyway. Then we reported to the chain fist guy, who's like, good job, keep doing work, here's a little bit of gold, which we split evenly.
I like how the paladin glosses over her casual murder, by the way.
Casual what?
Murder.
Murder?
That was a justified murder, I'll have you know.
Was it?
It's in the name of a crusade. Deus Vult. Deus Vult.
Exactly.
It was her sworn enemy. It was vengeance, not murder.
It's
What
true.
murder?
Also, I just thought it was. I thought it was great because it was such an uncharacteristic Shay thing to do.
I know, it was great. No, like...
Wait, you mean the cult of Tiamat?
Yeah, I like that just...
I gave him a chance.
I like that just...
No, you didn't.
You straight up... Like, no, it's great. I'm not giving you a hard time about it. I just like that both in character and out of character. It's like, are we going to talk about how the paladin just murdered a bunch of people? No? Okay. Yeah, it's like, Bastion's just like, Deus Vult. It's like, cool, let's go.
I think it's a change of pace.
Yeah, it's fine. Just... They had what
Oh,
was
no.
Glossing over the kill of the game, where skeletons dropped this, 80-pound chest on some guy's head.
Oh, yeah, we're not bringing that back up, though. Thanks, Max.
Also, we met our rogue
Oh, you mean
friend
Toby?
who was gone, and they returned.
I'm just gonna go get some tools for arson, everyone. I'll be right back.
Ren, your house might be on fire soon.
I don't know.
I'm gonna burn this fucker down.
I didn't say it. It's Mort's house is much closer. Anywho.
Yeah, but no one wants to come to New Jersey.
Even New Jersey doesn't want to
I
come to
live
New
in New
Jersey.
Jersey.
Oh, well, there you go, Morph.
New England buddies!
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll shut up now.
It stinks most of the time. Literally.
And then...
We might
That's
maybe
it.
have orders to continue looking into this whole Van Thamper thing going on, but otherwise...
Oh yeah, we discovered that the Van.
Release from our-
Yeah, what more?
You don't
Yeah.
sound very certain on what you're supposed to be doing there, Morph. Maybe you...
We were gonna have a shopping day and then discuss things.
The Van Thampers.
Oh no, I have those notes, but Zaj was not very clear on if we are still on the payroll or still drafted for this kind of thing. He just said if we look into it and bring him solid evidence, then he has more money for us.
I think that is abundantly clear.
That's pretty clear what his intentions are.
But yeah, we discovered the Volothampers. Van Thampers. We're funding the murder cult. Dun, dun,
And
dun.
it's the mom and Amric.
That's true.
And Thirstwell. But
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
we
but
found...
he's like a sickly guy, so we don't know exactly what he's not the front man.
He's got
He's a warlock. He's clearly involved.
He's got a bunch of imp spies, I think we were told.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
runs
but-
the spy network.
Yeah, he's the spy guy. That's what Morty said.
And we learned who the maybe leader of the Tiamat cultists might be.
Oh yeah. Archon. Hey, do I know who Archon is? Have I heard his name in dark whispers and
I mean,
hushed,
you-
fearful?
I mean, you did not think to make any religion checks when the names were mentioned.
May I make a religion check as I think about that name?
Yes. Hey. You have never heard that name, but apparently it's a big deal since a big spooky dragon claw rose up out of the ground and literally dragged this man to hell.
Thanks, Dice. Thanks.
You're welcome.
It sounds like he might be someone important for the cult of Tiamat.
So are we gonna shop and then go to the Low Lantern, or do we just want to go to the Low Lantern?
I think we needed to cover some things before at the start of the session. I think people wanted to do stuff, or Ren wanted to do stuff.
I don't know about you, but I need to go on a shopping trip.
I wouldn't mind buying a few things.
And were people gonna sleep?
Wasn't
I
that
don't-
assumed where we were ending the game?
Was it?
Yes, because I have all my spell slots back.
Okay.
So it's morning now. A dingy, grimy, Baldur's Gate morning. I'll wake up at the Elf Song Tavern.
Hey,
Good morning, afternoon. I don't really know what time it is.
What time do you all choose to wake up?
I'd say morning.
That's a personal question, and I don't have to answer that.
I mean,
Bastion's up
kinda
in the
do.
morning playing for his breakfast.
Make a performance
Nails up
check,
in the morning, drinking his morning beer.
drinking his morning breakfast.
Oh, he fucking would.
Shane is awake, baking her morning cupcakes.
Is earning his morning breakfast. All right.
I'm watching everybody eat and drink, and is just sitting there watching, kind of eerily.
She's just sitting there, menacingly.
Menacing.
Well, I'm in a good mood. I'll shout a round for the party. A round
I'm
of
not-
cheap shit beer.
I'm not drinking cheap beer at 8 bells.
Ah, you fucking fancy pants. And a glass of wine for the lady.
You get a round of cheap beer and a round of cheap.
Yeah, what does that run? 2 silver?
Yeah, about
I
2
don't know,
silvers.
1.8?
2 silvers, good.
Sounds good.
Makes the logical sense.
First thing I do when I come downstairs, I'm going to use one of my divine sense.
Okay.
See if my radar pings any certain spot.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Be sure to link your divine sense. Inside of the parameters of the Elf Song Tavern, should actually be certain before I tell you any information. Who knows? There might actually be some who just chill out, like in Waterdeep. There's a demon. Kill it.
It'd probably make sense that one followed us back from the bathhouse after, we murdered everything.
Celestial Fiend and Undead. I'm just checking over the normal patron list. Ew.
Do I count as undead?
No. You while you are attuned more closely to the Shadowfell, you are a living creature.
Do I count as an undead?
No, as much as you wish you did.
Damn it.
You
I
don't
just-
want to be undead.
I just have to raise the skeleton inside of me and then I'll be undead.
I mean, there is a skeleton inside of all of you, waiting to come out.
Oh, I know.
You don't detect anything. Nice and calm.
Nothing but Bastion's divine performance.
Hey, Nail, eat a
Hey.
cupcake.
I'm good. I've got my breakfast right here, he says as he holds up a stein of beer.
Breakfast of Champions.
Shayna,
You.
me.
Did you already forget Lily's name?
No.
Quiet, Roberto.
Can I talk
Oh,
to you for
fuck
a
you.
moment?
Well, alright, just a moment though.
I'll take Shayna away from any crowd. What are you?
Moment's up.
All right. I walk away.
Wow, if only that worked with my mom.
Anyway,
What's up, Lily?
I kind of like reach out and is your no, it wouldn't be. I reach out and tap the silvered skull. What is your goal?
I think we've had this conversation before.
But what if? What if your zombie god decides to ask something of you that you wouldn't normally do?
Well, I'd probably think about it, but at the end of the day, he is who I get my powers from.
Why did you pick him?
Why does anybody pick their gods? Relatability. Sometimes people feel like they've been chosen. I honestly can't remember.
Do you? You're not really a soul thief, so how do you relate?
Sometimes it's really just a question of, do you think undead are cool?
I've only ever seen you use them as a tool. Not
Well, they're
like
handy.
outwardly going around and, like desecrating graves and siphoning the souls off of like living people or anything like that. You wouldn't ever do that, would you?
Oh, probably not.
Can you make me a promise?
It would depend, because I can't promise something that would go against my tenets of faith.
Could you promise me you'll always try to continue to be a good person?
I'll do my best.
I believe in you.
I appreciate that.
And I trust you, even if I don't trust your deity. Your zombie deity.
I mean, that's okay. I think Bahamut is just a big
Badass.
wingback.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Now, give me another religion check real quick.
Me?
Yes,
Me?
No, not you. You know what your god is about. In no depictions of Merkel that you saw in the murder cult was it ever anything more than a skeleton, and most undead find calling skeletons zombies quite offensive. They are two very different type of low-level, low-CR monsters. You should learn the difference. But really, it's a skeleton, not a zombie.
I know.
Okay.
Just like you worship the Wyvern god.
There you go.
the badass Wyvern god.
What's a cheap knockoff silver medal?
Oh god.
Or wait, no, Bahamut's platinum, isn't he?
Yeah.
The tin wyvern. Yeah, you worship the tin.
The
wyvern.
Electrum Dragon.
The Electrum wyvern.
Oh god.
Them's
All
classy
right,
words.
I'm just gonna set fire to this entire game now.
I mean, I worship the skeleton god, you worship a god of Electrum. It's all the same thing, really, Lily.
I give her a light smack.
Ow!
I just tapped you.
For 15 damage.
I'm delicate!
You're not that delicate.
No, I'm not.
And I'll reach into my pack, and I'll pull out the book with the skull on it and the latch. And I take out the key. And now you need to promise me, make me another promise, to be very, very, very careful with this.
I will be as careful as possible. But I mean, if I open that book and it's just fireball runes all the way through, then it's not my fault.
You can take precautions when you're dealing with something like this, right? Protection spells,
I mean, yeah.
search for traps, that kind of thing.
Wow, you're a wizard and a...
I'm like already opening the book.
I haven't given it to you.
Like heedless.
It explodes on both of us. You'll be careful, right?
I will.
Pass the book and the key over.
You fool! Now I will usher in an age of darkness unlike you have ever known!
I cast Smite.
Ow. You need to learn how to take a joke, Lily.
I just tapped you and said Smite.
I'm delicate. I'm gonna run back to the table.
Hey,
Yes.
don't be stupid, okay? And I give her a hug.
No. Stupid.
I will be unstupid just for you, buddy.
Okay. I do need to find a temple of the Electrum Wyvern, as you put it.
Yeah, that loser.
I tap her again and say Smite.
One of these days
Hey,
it's going to
Joey.
actually go off.
I'm gonna go hang with Valkyrie. She's nicer than me.
What?
She doesn't ever poke me and say massive amounts of sneak attack damage.
You need to learn to take a joke.
Anywho.
That's true.
So we want to find a temple, go shopping.
Oh, hi, Vakarin.
and go to another tavern. What do we want to do first?
Well, I've got a date with a blacksmith.
What is his or her name?
It's not a literal date. I'm just trying to find a blacksmith.
Wait, it's a blind date?
Sure, let's go with that.
Don't you think you're cheating? Showing up, being able to see and everything.
That's not how that works. Though it is adorable you think that.
I mean,
Because
if
I'm
you
a-
want, you can borrow my fork.
And less adorable now. Okay, I'm off to go do some shopping. Unless anyone wants to join me.
I will go
I
with
need a
you.
buy.
Yeah, why don't we all go?
I need some other things. A little more on the nefarious side.
Oh, I know what you want. And then I hold up a skull cupcake.
I already had breakfast, thank you.
Really?
I'll
Because
have
all
one.
I noticed was you were staring at us while we ate.
But what about second breakfast? That joke's better in halfling company.
I'll have one.
Everybody gets a cupcake, especially now.
Nail will put it away in his bag for now.
The cupcakes didn't ping as undead, so I'm alright.
I just
I
leave
mean,
mine on the table.
your divine sense already came and went, then you definitely weren't searching the cupcakes.
She had a whole platter out on the table.
She doesn't have to search as long as they're out in the open. It just kind of pings.
Who said they were out
You-
in the open?
You're eating undead.
A bag doesn't block it. Walls block it, but a bag doesn't.
I'm gonna smack you.
Anywho,
DM, would I be able to find a forgery kit, poisoner's kit, thieves' tools, and arrows
Yes.
around somewhere?
Yes, you do. So the great thing about D&D and basic equipment, you guys can spend the time and you can tell me what you're looking for. Very probable that it's there.
I would like a Vorpal sword.
I said basic gear. Plus, you definitely can't
Purple
afford
sword
that.
replica.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to go visit Bingo's magical shop, I can.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just go for the Sword of Avernus, thanks.
Well, I mean, that is an option. Just not here. Or at level
I-
3.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Rats.
I mean, some people definitely don't read ahead and know about special magic items. Stare.
I didn't happen to read ahead. I was just searching through magic swords, and it happened to be there on D&D Beyond.
Now that you've told them.
D&D Beyond.
So, what is everybody shopping for?
Bastion is in the market for a chain shirt, 3 daggers, a longbow. What?
I do believe Lily found some chainmail the other day. I'll swap with her, then I'll give you my chain shirt if that's alright. With everyone.
I can give you one of those. It will just deduct that from my automatic. See, what was half of the chain? I'll figure it out. Math, yay!
Fantastic. Okay, I hand my chain shirt over to Bastion.
I don't normally do hand-me-downs, but alright.
Oh yeah, you better believe it's fitted for like a 7-foot bloke who's like ripped.
You're level 3. You do hand-me-downs.
Yeah, you do. It's a little small. Bastion. A little small. A little snug.
I think it looks good on you,
It's
Bastion.
a little tighter on the diaphragm.
It shows off your physique.
Yep. All of those rippling barred muscles.
Nice and trim.
Well, then, beyond that, he's still in the market for some weapons and a custom
Valkyrian's looking for more arrows, poisoner's kit, healing potions, thieves' tools, studded leather, and a forgery kit.
Alrighty. As long as you can afford it, mark it down.
I am looking for some more silly stuff that we might actually have to go looking for. Namely,
Alright. Let's hear it. What you looking for?
I'm looking for 2 magic items, both
Okay.
common. The first one being a moon-touched anything that deals a d8.
Moon touched anything that deals a d8. Is that what you specifically asked the shopkeep?
Okay, moon-touched warhammer, fucking longsword, rapier, fucking what else deals a d8? Battle axe.
The shopkeep
Alright,
just hands over
This is a hell of
literal
a conversation. Yeah, like you get handed a giant moon touched d8.
Oh, that is sweet.
Alright, so let's see here.
It's a D8 sling bullet.
Mm-hmm.
I will even settle for a morning star or a flail, even.
Give me a percentage die, please. You're going to be aiming low.
Shit!
Yeah. Okay. So you ask around a couple of the weapon shops that you know aren't locked down because, of course, you're in a town that is currently under martial law. So finding things like weapons is probably a lot harder to do, especially when they know there's a murder cult running rampant. And they have very strict melee weapon laws here in Baldur's Gate. Crime is still through the roof, but you as an average citizen are not allowed to carry your weapon openly. So there is no... What?
Finish that sentence, then I'll...
you aren't. I was
decide
going to
on
say
what
you
one.
aren't able to. You aren't able to find any moon touch.
Dang, I was considering flashing the, dickhead badge to see if I could get around those rules and regulations, but no, I'll get...
Yeah, no.
This
it's
is
just...
my dickhead badge. Give me what I want. Then get on the floor.
Okay, moving on. Second item. I'd like to also ask around for a Horn of Silent Alarm.
All right, give me another 100. Okay. And go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Not
Okay.
bad.
So you guys are all shopping in just one of those like curiosity general goods stores, and you're looking around for this item because you're not, specifically going, "I want a horn of alarm, wanker." But you're asking for any curious items that might be up for sale, and they do produce this horn, and they tell you that it is a horn that you can acclimate with your friends, and it'll have an effect to issue warnings to them. It can be yours for the low price of 5,000 gold.
For
No.
a common item.
No, it's only like let's see how much it would cost you. Not bad. It's gonna be about 120 gold.
That's a bit hefty, but...
Martial law, my friend. Martial law.
Did he actually produce it, like put it on the counter and everything? Or...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's showing it
Where
to you.
did
He's
he
trying...
get it from?
It's
His pants.
Yeah, he pulled it. It's his dick, of course. No, he pulls it from under the counter. It's in a lockbox, as you would keep all magic items if you are selling them in the lower city, because thieves aplenty.
Yeah, suppose I'll go for that.
Going to pay for it?
Yeah, 120.
Yeah, 120.
And then I immediately hand it over to Valkaran. There you go. That's the oh shit button in case stuff goes wrong while you sneak it about.
What? What did you just give me?
A Horn of Silent Alarm. As an action, or... yeah, an action, I think. You can use it to signal one person in 600 feet, and they, and only them, will be alerted to the horn going off.
That will definitely be useful.
There we go. In Discord.
That image is a little too basic for what I want. A funny looking horn.
As you do.
What you do? Perfect. This seems like something she carry around. I'm gonna make it a thing. Right. Elkarin, you now have a Horn of Silent Alarm.
Nice.
It
Dude.
roars when it goes off, silently.
Silently.
Nice. And it's definitely something I would carry around.
Hey, since we're all shopping, should we get like a haversack or a holding bag
Those will
or a
be
decanter
too
of endless water?
All of those would be way too expensive.
Really? All right.
Bags of holdings are super expensive.
Mhm.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, extra dimensional space. I think they're rare items now.
No, I thought they were uncommon.
Do you have like thousands of gold on you?
I've got like 200.
I think we're good with just the healing potions for now.
Okay.
Okay, so is everyone good with the shopping? Do we need more cupcakes?
I
I've
got everything
already.
I was looking for.
Well, some of the stuff you were looking for is a little scary looking.
Lion is super scary looking.
Lions eat skeletons, it's true.
Fair.
Would Bastion have been able to get a shield with his family crest on it?
Yes. In fact, you ask about it, and he reaches under the desk and says, "You're in luck, my boy. I have one right here." No, it's gonna take time.
But good for him for...
And I will put that on back order.
Yep. He tells you it's gonna take him a couple days to get that worked on for you, and that it's going to cost you an additional 100 gold on top of the base shield cost.
I'm not sure how to respond to that.
You're getting a custom emblem put on a shield.
I want a man to paint a tree. That happy little tree.
Oh, you want it painted? You don't want it like engraved or something cool? You just want it painted? Okay. It's going to cost you an extra 50 gold.
I'm just going to get a normal shield.
Alrighty, that's your choice. So are you going to look into the haversack there, my dear?
I thought it was too expensive. I guess I could get a price.
It is, but yeah.
So, sure. Yeah, let's get a price on it.
So give me a D100, please. You ask around about any sort of bags that might help extricate carrying things magically, and none of the shops that you guys have gone to this morning seem to have anything of that variety.
Okay.
But it never hurts to check.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what's the plan now?
I don't know about everybody else, but I would like to visit a temple.
I'm sure there's a pub nearby.
I don't expect everyone to join me. That's fine.
I'm not opposed to going to a temple. While we've been out, I've been making sure that we're not being like followed or watched.
Certainly. Give me a perception check, please. Okay. Yeah, you're pretty confident as you're going that you're not seeing anything strange.
So is the temple next?
Yep. And it's probably not hard to find a temple to a god such as Bahamut. They're very popular and widespread. What do you do once you're there?
I'll head towards the back, towards the shrine, and kind of set the bag down before an altar, just kind of kneel and meditate for a moment. And Lord Bahamut, I don't know what to do with these. I found treasure belonging to your enemy. And I just try to listen and feel. I pray.
Okay. Religion check, please.
God bless it.
Oh, bless your heart. So, Lily, as you're praying in your temple, best conduit of your power and faith, you feel a pair of hands rest on your shoulders, and there's a sense of approval at your offering. And when you set them out in front of the altar and you give them to Bahamut, you see, and anybody who came with you to watch sees that there is a shimmering light that kind of falls over them, and the objects rust over with a metallic sheen and then rumble away. There's a sense of accomplishment within your soul.
I kind of smile and get a little tear. When I look back over my shoulder, do I see my Deva?
You do not see any indication of somebody over your shoulder.
Okay.
You see Bastion waving at the door.
Yeah, Bastion is standing in front of a door, waving at it, trying to make conversation. Strange.
Okay. And just kind of give a bow to the audience. Thank you. And I'll rise up and gather my things. I hope to change this city for the better. And then I'll get up and I'll head on out.
And you do. With the others, where do we head next?
Who wants to go to the Low Lantern and cause a ruckus?
Oh, I think Dale's all about that.
Oh yeah.
I'm all about going to the Low Lantern.
Oh,
Public spectacle, I'm not sure about.
I should have, oh gosh. I should have thought about this while we were in the market. I guess we can handle it next time. You remember
I mean, we still
when
have
found,
time.
Well, it's just there were a couple of moonstones that I found in a mummy's eyes.
I mean, we could sell those another time.
Yeah, that's fair. I just forgot about them. Sorry. Okay. As we're on the way, how are we gonna handle this situation at the Low Lantern?
All right. See, here's what I'm thinking. First, Neil's gonna go in and be like, "Oh, I want a drink, mate," and then Valkyrian's gonna sneak in, and then Bastion's gonna go, "I like playing my lute, doo-dee-doo-dee-doo," and then me and you are gonna watch, and then it's gonna be funny, and then eventually people are gonna be annoyed by Nail because he's kind of annoying when he's drunk, and then a fight will break out, and then we just kill everybody.
Wait, Cobber, that's not even how I fucking talk, you silly cunt.
Can't we just go in, have a drink, and listen? And just kind of surveil the place? We don't have to kill everything. Sometimes more information.
Just the main.
Reconnaissance, then. Recon.
I don't know what that is, and I think you're just making up words.
Is recon a word? Recon? Recon? Is it recon or recon? She says it's a word.
We can just go in as a group of friends, enjoying a drink, and we can just listen for anything about Amric, or we can just ask questions. We don't have to fight.
Okay.
But we're probably going to have to fight. Can we all agree on that part at least?
You heard him. We don't have to fight.
But what do we know about this Amric? I mean, if he's anything like his brother, he's going to be fucking huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
I mean, he's
Mortlover was the exception in that family. Actually, that's an interesting point. I got that history check last week. Do I actually know of the people, or do I just know of the family name?
You know the family name. I told you what information you knew about them. They are one of the main dukes of the city. She rose her way to power starting out in the sewer industry. And you know a little bit about each of the boys.
So yeah, I probably wouldn't know if they're all stupidly huge.
No, that's not a description that would be put in a thing like a history check. And my god, was this boy an absolute fucking unit. And then on the 23rd of February, he went Yeah, you usually don't include descriptions on things like history checks.
Look,
Oh,
from
Sometimes you
what
do.
is
Like,
You tell me straight up that if I rolled a history check on Mort and I got a really high score, that fact that he is building a shit brick house
First of
come
all, pause, because Morty is an absolute unit. So it is the first line of his description, regardless of what check you make about him. It just says, this beast is an absolute unit.
that's all it says in the history book.
That's what it says in the Wizards of the Coast book. It just says, this boy is an absolute unit.
Anywho.
So is our goal to meet this Amric today?
Mortlock told us that he ran a business in the Low Light Tavern.
If we have anything worth fencing, that might grant us an audience with Amric himself.
Ooh,
You
those
see,
moonstones.
here's the thing. He's not a fence. His brother told us that he's a money lender, so we
That's
need
what
to go
money
looking
laundering
to him.
is.
The money lender.
Yeah, he's a lender, not a launderer. He gives money to people with the expectation of being paid back with interest.
Is basically a loan shark.
Yes. He gives loans.
You're a loan shark.
So if someone were to go in
Anybody
with
with a
some
gambling
crazy
problem?
business idea,
So we need to
nail.
Yeah, probably now.
So we need to somehow get information on his family. Some kind of, I don't know, proof.
I think the best place right now would be to check out the Low Lantern. Even if it's just to get a layout of the place.
All right, let's go. See what we can do, I guess.
We're heading out. The Low Lantern.
Yes.
What do we know about this Low Lantern?
That is a great question. Shayna, you know that it's a tavern. Oh, there you go.
Stand back, I got this.
Yeah, I'll wait for the bard before I start filling in.
I don't know. I don't know if I performed there, but I'm rolling.
Okay. So for Lily and Bastion, the Low Lantern is an aging three-mast merchant ship permanently docked on the east side of the harbor. It had been deemed unseaworthy and converted into a tavern and gambling house that is open all day and night. The dice game Baldur's Bones is popular here, as it is in other taverns.
Oh. It's a gambling den.
Well,
No wonder he lends from there. People get in debt.
Oh, sweetie.
I mean, that just makes business sense.
Oh, sweetie. So, fog obscures the Low Lantern until you get within 100 feet of it, whereupon its tall masts and creaking bulk come into view. The converted ship has rigging, but no sails, and is anchored to the wharf by thick chains. A wooden staircase climbs from the wharf's edge to the main deck. A lantern at the bow casts an eerie green light to signify that the tavern is open.
This is kind of creepy, but cool.
I would have thought this would be your aesthetic.
Since it's late morning, it's very quiet. It doesn't seem like there's many people inside, as, more responsible individuals tend to work during the day and not go drinking.
Oh, it would be active at night.
Hey, I find that offensive.
I think that was the point.
No, I mean, you should be offended, you drunk.
Alright, so the plan is to send Nail in and then have him lose all of his money in a horrific fashion, and then he has to sell himself in order to get money lent to him.
Wow.
Look, he just has to pose as a man in debt.
I don't think he has to pose.
Hey, I have some gold on me.
Well, let's look at this from a different perspective. He wants to get the money back from the people that owe him. We have a particular skill set.
Oh, you want us to go out and break some thumbs, kick some knees in.
Break some thumbs?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't.
Intimidating to you?
That does make it a little bit difficult to, swing a weapon, unless you got like a certain guard that keeps it clung to your hand. Kind of like this. I'm just kind of like.
I couldn't bake if I didn't have my thumbs.
Good! I'll keep that in mind.
And you can't eat if you have a broken jaw from someone hitting you with a flail.
Checks out.
I kinda think I can take that. But I'm not gonna try.
I'm gonna start swinging my flail to get the momentum built up.
Meanwhile, Bastion's standing between us.
I'm gonna walk forward and swing my flail, and if you get in the way, it's your fault.
Really? I'm gonna start swinging my warhammer. And if you get injured, it's your own fault.
So, Dido, are we accurately depicting what it's like to play D&D and still have to deal with childish shenanigans?
This is accurate.
Pretty
I asked
accurate, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, I asked because you're a mom, so
I am not a mom.
you are not.
I'm a preschool teacher.
Yeah.
Oh!
it's- preschool
My
teacher.
bad. I apologize.
She
I thought-
she only has to deal with the children for a few hours a day, and then she gets rid of them.
I think
Yeah,
I
but she
heard
deals
you
with like a
mention.
dozen.
I heard you mention talking about kids, and I just assumed. I apologize.
Nope. I have them all day at work. I am a preschool teacher.
That's awesome.
So, are we going to stand outside the tavern all morning?
Yes. No. Maybe. Okay. In we go.
Maybe we
Nope,
can
time to
try
get
and
some booze.
garner information by offering our services.
And they're already heading up the stairs.
I like that idea. Let's do that idea.
We'll keep that as
What are
priority.
they supposed to be?
Why did this close?
It's Raven.
That's a bird.
Oh,
Kenku, get him.
The main deck of the old ship features steps that climb to the forecastle and aft castle, and another set of stairs descending into the ship. A padlocked wooden hatch fitted with windows acts as a skylight for the deck below, tavern proper, visible through the hatch's glass panes. 4 dead seagulls lie on the deck, and 2 ravens squawk at you from the crow's nest. A 40-foot climb up the ship's rigging.
dead seagulls?
That is what I said, yes.
Why are there dead seagulls here?
Have you ever been to a beach?
Yeah, usually they're flying around and squawking in like swarms.
And now you know why these ones are dead.
Why?
Because
there any
someone had
ruins
enough.
You don't.
You're talking to the death cultists. Do they think it's weird?
I'm gonna just like crouch down and be like, wow, I wonder what killed them. And
Are
I
there
make a
any
medicine
Or just
medicine
these
check
dead
on
birds?
a bird. This is my life.
Oh, sure, that checks out. Hold on. Uh, 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 yeah, yeah. And da-ba-da. It's for added effect. Because I really know that people enjoy wondering what killed these birds.
I apparently am super interested because I rolled the 21.
I mean, death cult. It checks out.
You just have an undead swarm.
Yeah, just raise these birds as bird skeletons.
God, that would be the most annoying thing ever.
They look like are any there we go. When you go to examine one of the seagulls, you are able to ascertain that it's been stung to death.
Does it look like it's
There are
like
stinging
blood
It's like-
drained?
No, it looks like there's just stinging puncture marks on them.
Okay, so I'm ruling out Sturge.
Damn, that would be a real bad sturge epidemic. They're just eating fucking seagulls.
It's more like a good start to get rid of the seagull population. Sturges would be worse, I suppose.
How do we deal with the seagull population? We release a swarm of sturges into the city. How do we deal with the sturge population? We release a swarm of displacer beasts into the city to eat the sturges. And then we release a swarm of blink dogs to deal with the displacer beasts. And then a swarm of gorillons to deal with the blink dogs. Another Simpsons reference for you guys.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a look around. Is there anything that could have caused these stings that are still lingering?
Yeah, make a perception check for me. Only see the ravens.
Well, if there's nobody up here, maybe we should check below deck?
That sounds like a good idea. Because these birds, and I stand up, got stung by gambling fever. And then I put on a pair of sunglasses.
Both the ravens start making that kind of like cawing sound that is very close to laughter that like large murder of birds can do, where it's like and it's like, is that a laugh? You're not sure, but they seem amused by your really badly timed joke.
Yeah, that joke is for the birds.
They immediately go silent.
Now it's creepy.
Yeah, I don't think I like it now. Downstairs? Let's go downstairs.
Downstairs, I agree.
Just gonna insight check those birds.
Alrighty, inside check those birds. The birds did not look amused by Bastion's joke.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Alrighty, you going down too?
Yeah. I'll join everyone.
Alrighty. So I transfer you all over. There's the low lantern. I was like, why does this thing keep closing? So we are moved to a new room. Here's the description.
fun fact, because I said I would do this as we play, in Baldur's Gate, the original game, you could enter the low lantern, and yes, you
I
could.
don't remember that.
It was, yep, you could run into it. It was, I don't remember what side quest it was involved in, but you could go into it.
Oh, it was an actual ship. It wasn't a tavern yet.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep, it was a ship.
That's a nice callback, Wizards of the Coast. All right, so this is the busiest and noisiest part of the ship, and it reeks of sweat, cheap ale, rotting timbers, and old vomit. There are distinctly 3 bouncers positioned around the area, keeping an eye on things, as well as there is also a Kinku hanging out behind the bar, and anyways, there is also information is not super helpful. Okay. Over at the end here, this obviously not demonic looking entity that is supposed to be just a regular NPC is seated at the end of the bar, and she has a little crab sitting on her shoulders. And the woman smiles and says, "Well met. My name is Lorella Thundreth, but folks around here call me the Captain. If you're thirsting for a beverage or looking to gamble, you've come to the right place. But watch your step. Things can get pretty messy around here."
Yar.
And she looks at
Cheers,
you and
mate.
she goes, "Yar." And she does like the little like arm twirl with like emphasis that she's really putting on this character.
We have an understanding. We're friends now.
Anyway, turning my attention to the Kenku. 5 beers, please, cobber.
5 gold, fuckface.
What's that?
5 gold, fuckface.
How about 1 silver? That sounds more realistic.
It looks at you, tilts its head. 5 gold, fuckface. And starts pouring drinks.
Scratch that. Make it 1 beer. I toss him a gold coin.
What kind of games are going on at the tables?
There's the game, Baldur's Dice. I know. Where's my Baldur's Dice? Hold on. I have this. This is important because we all took advantage of playing Baldur's Dice when we went to the Elf Song Tavern.
I don't remember
The
that.
best
No.
card player
Yeah,
ever.
the best card game ever, Baldur's Dice.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me, Baldur's Bones. Baldur's Bones, the popular dice-playing game in taverns of Baldur's Gate. So there are several tables here where people are amusing themselves with Baldur's Bones. And I imagine that at the very least, Val and Nail know how to play Baldur's Bones, because it seems like the sort of thing a rogue and a drunk would know how to do. Maybe even Bastion. Bastion might also know how to play. But Baldur's Bones is a popular dice game. Each player requires several 6-sided die. The rules are as follows. Each player puts the agreed ante in the pot. Each player rolls 3 dice, then proceed clockwise around the table, with the host of the game going last. On their turn, a player can choose to stand or roll. If the player stands, the next player can take a turn. A player who rolls takes an additional die and rolls it. If the total of their dice exceeds 21, they bust and are out of the game. Otherwise, they can keep rolling additional dice until they either stand or break. After everyone has had their turn, the highest point total wins. So it is just dice blackjack.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Is that the only game they're playing in here? Is Baldur's Bones?
No, they're probably also playing 3 Dragon Ante and Dragon Chess and another popular indie game. Oh, they're also playing. Oh God, what was it called? Ah, that's right. They are also playing a popular board game, Wrath of Ashardalon.
Yeah.
That's a D&D board game.
Yes, it is a fun board game.
That's what I've
Especially
heard.
when you play with people who have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
It's a tabletop simulator.
yeah, we should do that because it's a fun one. There's also several players playing Munchkins, but you notice that there is also like a dead person lying in the corner of that table.
So Munchkin without anybody actually bothering to not murder.
You can tell that that person was playing an elf.
Son of a... They are so overpowered. Okay, I'm not gonna get mad.
It's the best way to play if you know you're not going to win. You can just go for second. All the time. By second, I mean tying. Make it really hard for the person in front to win without your help.
Oh, so what should we do? Should we gamble? Should we? That's all I got, actually.
Captain, what is the buy-in?
Buy-in for what?
Whatever's hot today.
Oh, well, it would seem most of the people are just betting their coppers and silver, so you can see what they're looking to let you in on at the table. People are just kind of playing casually. This isn't the main gambling floor. That's much lower.
I'm gonna take a stroll around and just kind of see about how many people are at the tables and how badly they're losing. Just kind of get a feel for the hostility of this floor.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check then, and then follow it up with an insight if you're going to be trying to read people. Yeah, so you get a look around and get a feel of the place. You notice pretty much immediately that there is a Duergar sitting here enjoying his own drink. He seems like he doesn't want to be bothered. There is a pair of identical male drow twins sitting over here. They are kind of playing a game of dice with each other and enjoying their Baldur pretzels like snacks, and everybody else is just kind of drinking. Not many people are actually playing here on this level because the game room is down below. And it's not long before Kenku slaps down a full mug of ale and looks at you and says, "Shut up, bitch! Money!"
I tossed
You're
him a
barking
coin.
up the wrong tree. I didn't order anything.
No, that was to Nail.
Oh.
I'm gonna go play Munchkin with the Munchkin people.
And it
I'm
goes,
gonna go over to everybody if they're still kind of clustered and let them know that this is more of a casual pre-game floor. More of a betting against each other than betting against the house.
Yeah, this isn't the gaming area. Bastion, I don't know why I keep mixing you up. Nail, it takes your gold and it says, "I didn't mean to." Tucks it away. Goes back to cleaning a glass.
That seems a little disturbing. Why is he equating that phrase to taking money?
Because that's probably all he knows. Or
You
rather,
have to
all of
give
you
him
can
more to
mimic,
say,
apparently.
like, "Hello, how are you?" And just like
Hello, how are
add to his.
you? And it kind of looks at all of you.
Oh, look, that's sweet.
This is going to be the Munchkin table over here.
It's the Munchkin table now. All right, you guys are playing Munchkin.
I like this burb.
I like this.
So we can hang out up here. There's apparently a lower level.
And it looks at the rest of you gathered around the bar. 5 gold, fuckface.
Is that a promise?
I like this burb.
Aww.
Nail just leans over to the bird and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 copper, silver, electrum, gold, platinum.
Why Electrum?
'Cause
Why
I like
would
to
you
piss
add
off.
that?
It looks at you for a long moment, and when you get to Electrum, you see it take out a knife and says, "Make my day."
Well, seems Mortlock's been here.
When you say
I
when you,
mean-
when you say Mortlock's been here, you hear, "What's a buffoon?"
Huh. Huh. I need to insight check that. And I want to know.
Sorry.
Who said
Yeah.
that?
The Kenku
I want.
made a mimicking sound
Yeah.
at the mention of Mortlock.
I want to know if, because he said, because Mortlock before said that his brothers tried to kill him. So I want to know if that was one of his brothers.
Okay.
I'm going to assume, yes, he is mimicking one of the brothers.
You have no basis to know what the
Or
other brothers sound like, but it is a safe guess that at the mention of Mortlock, somebody had said that, and the Kenku recognized the name.
That's interesting.
Did anybody else perk up at the mention of Mortlock's name?
No.
So do we want to converse with some of these other patrons, or do we want to keep kind of looking around?
I don't know about you, but if the gambling's better on the lower floors, then maybe that's where we need to go.
That doesn't sound like too bad an idea, but I'm a bit strapped for cash. Nail looks around. You guys do credit.
I can spot you if necessary. Also,
when you say you're strapped for cash, you hear, "Pay me by the end of the week, or I break your thumbs."
Ha!
Well,
So would you
Shayna,
know
I
what
owe
a
you an
fellow
apology.
could...
that's interesting. I would like to. I'm gonna go up
Is the
to.
Kenku gonna break our thumbs? Is that who said it?
The Kenku
No,
did
he's
make a
mimicking
voice.
voices.
The Kenku did say it, yes.
May I have a root beer float?
5 gold, fuckface. And it starts pouring a root beer.
Cool. All right. Also, you said who was in this room. There's a not demon person with a crab on their shoulder.
Just a normal woman.
Drow twins. And then who are these people? And these people?
They are.
If
they
there are
are,
anyone.
they are just people.
Okay.
One looks like they don't want to be bothered.
Well, we're here to get some information, right?
You are.
We're here to gamble and, I don't know, maybe get our friends some cash.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
I will give I'll give Nail 15
I nudge
gold.
Lily.
Yes?
Don't do that.
Do what?
Don't actually give him money. He needs to be strapped for cash. That makes it
Nail
more
just nods.
believable.
Right. I'll try to mingle and learn a little bit, I guess.
Are you mingling up here, or are you going downstairs like they suggested?
Are they all heading down now, or?
That is between you guys. There has been discussion of going downstairs, and there are people who are mingling with the people up here. I want
Nail's
you
got
guys
his
to tell me
beer,
what
so-
you're doing.
Nail will follow Valkarin.
Yeah, Val
I'll go-
would definitely be keeping a lookout, making sure everybody's just, not being super obnoxious, I guess. Starting unnecessary fights, listening to conversations.
I'll go join
Bastion
those
would
over
start
here.
heading down.
Ashton will start heading. Okay. Ashton. On this side. So everybody just kind of stands around watching Shayna play Munchkin.
I'll
I was
join
going
another
downstairs.
table.
Nail drinks his ale, then heads downstairs.
I'll take it with me.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide and just listen and keep an eye out.
It's going to be very difficult to hide in a public place out in the open.
I'm gonna stand very, very still. I'm just
Okay.
gonna watch.
They forget she's there. She holds up a blanket.
Alrighty, for those heading downstairs, you arrive at the Tavern Lounge. The Tavern Lounge fills an entire deck and is lit by oil lanterns hanging from 8-foot-high ceilings by 1-foot-long chains. The windowless deck contains a bar, couches, coffee tables, and tables where patrons can socialize and gamble. There are 3 additional bouncers here. There is also a handsome gentleman seated on a couch not too far in the back. He has a pair of couches that are turned and a coffee table near the aft that serves as an office. You can guess that this is the moneylender, but there is another Kenku behind the bar. It goes, "Hail and well met."
G'day, cobber. From where we're sitting, I'd imagine the bloke in the corner's not really saying anything as he's sitting alone.
Are you trying to watch Emmerich?
I was gonna try and eavesdrop, but I won't do that. So there's no gaming tables going on here, is
Well, Bastion starts to make his way over.
Okay, now I'm gonna start eavesdropping.
Bastion, you see that Emmerich, picture again, perfectly nondescript and kindly gentleman, is seated alone on this couch. His feet are on the table and his eyes are on the room. He sees you as you're approaching. The port couch is open for clients, and he gestures for you to sit as you approach. A spine devil is perched on the back of Amric's couch.
Son of a bitch.
I think I know what made the puncture wounds.
So you got this lovely little creature sitting on the back of his couch, and it's watching you as you approach. It's like little tail flicking back and forth, and he gestures for you to sit, but the demon looks sleepy-eyed, and it's just kind of waiting, and he says, "Well, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I think I've seen you around the bars before, playing music. I would think a man of your talents would not be struggling financially to come." If you're talking, Morph, we can't hear you.
Right. No, I make enough to get by, of course. It does get a little hard if you're trying to work for instrument repairs and whatnot, but I'm actually here on behest of a friend. He's hit a little bit of a snag money-wise.
Oh.
I hear you're the man to talk about.
Here I thought you were coming because of your own familial financial troubles.
That's unsettling.
Yes, well, I would love to get the family estate back, but that might not be in the cards.
Well, one does wish to return to the golden days. I might be able to help you with this need, if you were so inclined and found the contract to your liking. You seem a man of means and might be able to repay.
I certainly do have my talents. So, what exactly is this contract you,
No, friend,
You have.
that's not how that works. You let me know how much you're looking to borrow, and I work out terms with you here. I feel that lending you any sort of coin is advantageous to my business, then I am inclined to invest, not before.
Trying to think here. Well, you see, my friend's got himself in a bad sort. He can make the money back eventually, but he's kind of on a time limit, you see. So,
And your friend ain't capable of speaking for himself? Or are we using aliases? And he air quotes that, and the little spine devil over his shoulder snickers and goes, aliases.
look, my friend keeps things actually on the up and up. He won't know where I got the gold from, but I would like to help him out in the matter. So you would be loaning money to me, and I would be getting it back.
You hear that, Kashara? He reaches up and he scritches under the devil's neck. we have ourselves a kind-hearted friend taken a loan for someone else's behalf. You hear, he's so noble.
I am nothing
How
if
much
not
does this
reliable to my friends.
friend need?
He's going to need about 100 gold coins by the end of the week.
Well, I can provide such an amount for you. And so, within 2 10-day, will have to pay me 150 gold. He sets down a piece of paper and starts scrawling out the contract in front of you. The legal jargon is very cut and dry. It does basically imply that you'll get 100 gold today, or you walk out. You have 2 10-day to pay it back. And the basic implication of if you don't put like something as collateral down, and you do not pay within the 10-day, that something bad might happen to you.
Yeah, since you have no collateral, I'm gonna have to break your legs in advance.
Yeah. Well, no, if you don't have collateral, you have a 10-day to pay back. So you have 2 10-day with collateral, a 10-day to repay him. If you do not, and basically it is pay back 150 gold, and it's not written in the contract, but it's very much, you're at a seedy tavern moneylender. There's very much the implication that your legs will be broke if you do not pay back.
We are not responsible for any bodily harm, including broken legs, broken thumbs, like very specific stuff.
Yeah.
Well, this all seems to be in order. Bastion looks over the contract. And yeah, he'll sign it and remove a necklace from around his neck.
He looks up and he says, "Bashara, if you could." And the spine devil plucks a spine from its back, and he hands it out, and he says, "Just prick your thumb and mark it there. There's no infernal bindings, I promise. It's just a extra touch I like having added, so that I know you have contracted it with your imprint."
A flair for the dramatic. I can appreciate it.
Oh my god, there's a devil there.
One does not have a poofer collar such as mine if you do not have a flair for the dramatic. He does indeed have a very poofy collar.
Bastion will offer up his thumb and place the print down after a slight
Says, "Very good." He kind of like rolls it up, tucks it into his coat, and he snaps his fingers. And one of the thugs at the bar gets up, makes their way over to you, puts a hand on your shoulder, reaches into their cloak pocket and produces a bag of coins, setting it down in front of you. "Now remember, don't leave town. Don't try to cheat me on paying this back. A 10-day, no, 2 10-day. You had 2 10-day to return here with my money, and good news of your friend's returned fortune."
Of course, you have my thanks in this regard.
I am a man of the people.
And Bastion will take the sack of gold, slide it into his and make to get up as if business is done.
Mm-hmm.
And I will walk back upstairs to join the others.
Okay. So he walks back upstairs.
While that's going on,
Yep, while that's going on, what are you all doing up top?
I'll walk up to one of the tables and just say, "May I join you?"
The two drow twins look at each other, say something that sounds elven-y, but is distinctly not elven, and they shake their head at you.
Oh, all right. We'll move on to the next table. May I join here?
You see that Shayna is wearing a fake beard, and they are all playing cards.
Why, hello! I am a dwarf. Dwarfy, dwarfy, dwarfy.
A pleasure. I'm Lily.
There's also
may I
a
join
dead
you?
body next to Shayna.
Mm-hmm.
A new one, I mean.
Several knife wounds. And some bludgeon.
Now, if you were gonna join the table, I should recommend that you don't be pulling any of those cheaty cards because they're really bullshit and I don't like them.
What? Wandering monster? Says the person next to you and slaps down the shadow nose.
So that's a no?
I flip the table and I tackle the person that put the shadow nose down and I just start beating them with my fist.
The
next table.
The bouncers start to move in.
That's a bullshit card. It's a bullshit card. Nobody plays Wandering Monster. No, you're not even involved in this.
What's everybody else doing?
Mr. Dwarf, I'm sure it's okay.
It's not okay. We're playing gentlemen's rules.
Shayna gets dragged out.
Gentlemen's rules.
Right. Next table, I guess.
Okay.
Hi, may I join this table?
You know, most people who come to a tavern to drink during the early morning tend to be sad and socially unavailable.
Oh.
Or a murderer, like your friend.
Anything I can do to help cheer you up? I have half a root beer left. Do you want to share it?
Do you happen to have 500 gold to pay off my gambling debt?
I'm not that wealthy, I'm afraid.
Are you looking to steal a wealth of gold from the vaults of Waterdeep?
I don't think that's this campaign.
Can you help me replace a talking horse that I misplaced in the streets?
Steel? Gold?
Yeah, from the corner. Did somebody say steal?
Maybe tell me what happened, I guess?
Well, I found her one day out in the field, suffering from severe burn injuries. She told me her name was Maxine, and I helped tend her back to health, and we traveled down the Sword Coast, a boy and his horse, you see. We made quite the name for ourselves as adventurers, and, well, she had quite a gambling problem, and eventually ended up wagering, well, he kind of like tugs at his collar, wagering me against a rather hefty pot, and I lost, and an argument broke out, and I haven't seen her since. She said she didn't need me anymore. She could go on to star in big plays down in where a talking horse would be appreciated. I haven't seen her since. I miss you dearly.
Have I heard of Maxine the talking horse?
You may always make a check to see if you know things.
Aren't you Rose's underling? Surely you'd have heard of it.
Yeah, I was trained by Rose. Oh
Rose
my
is
god, why? Why, dice?
Even when
Why?
even when I give you advantage, it doesn't help. No, talking horse sounds bullshit. You don't believe this person at all. He sounds like a sad drunk who's making up lies.
Why?
Wow, there's a lot of really good rolls in there.
Just,
Only
my
two
fucking
ones.
god.
Oh, three.
Oh my god.
Wow, quite a few twos in there. Okay.
Hang on. Hey.
No, he sounds like a big stupid liar face, and he's a sad drunk, and he probably got what he deserved when he gambled away himself and all of his fortune. How dare he make up something as fanciful as a talking horse? How dare?
No.
Yes, that's what you rolled. You asked if you knew, and you rolled. How dare he make up a horse?
A talking horse.
A talking horse, of course. No one can talk to a horse, of course.
There's the bard and the cleric when I need guidance and inspiration.
Well, the bard has just come upstairs. And the cleric got thrown out. You watched that happen.
Also, if you grabbed those Unearthed Arcana class features, you could actually have guidance.
Yeah, but I like my fighting style.
Anywho.
So Val, not really garnering much information other than what she suspects as drunk, depressed talk, is just gonna by herself, as lethally as possible, walk downstairs.
I'm sorry that you I'm sorry that this happened to you, and that it seems a little strange you would refer to your friend as a horse. I mean, he must be really good at something, I guess. Anyway, I'll reach into my pack and I'll pull out I'll pull out 20 gold and I'll set it down.
He looks at the 20 gold. He says, wow, I guess that's a start for the 500 I need to pay back. And
Look,
very ungratefully, but you see him immediately close his hand over the 20 gold and slide it to his side. I'm not saying I'm not going to take it, but you know.
Dick!
yeah, don't spend it on gambling.
No, I wouldn't dream of it. Why would anybody do such a crazy thing like waste money on gambling?
A head desk. Well, Do you think you could tell me anything? Do you happen to know anything about the Van Thampers? Anything interesting?
Well, as a matter of fact, he kind of leans in very closely. I hear, if you listen closely, on dark and spooky nights just like this one, Amric Van Thamper can be heard haunting the lower decks of this very tavern. Ooh. Because, he runs a money lending business here. The money lending
No, yeah, I got that.
That I mentioned that I owe 500 gold. Yeah, he's going to break my legs.
So Val is just downstairs, walking around vaguely disinterested, but looking as lethal as she possibly can.
So
You look very dangerous, and you see that Nail is sitting on a couch enjoying a fruity beverage.
let me get this straight. You borrowed 500 gold from a moneylender and gambled it away.
I accumulated a debt of 500 gold and gambled it away.
And then borrowed 500 more and gambled it away?
No, that would mean that I owed 1,000. I'd be in real hot water if it was that much.
Well, if your legs do get broken, just ask for me. I'll do what I can to heal them.
Honest and for true?
Assuming I have the magic left to do it, yes.
Wow. That's almost as good as getting the actual 500 to not have my legs broken.
Look, I don't have an actual 500. But, I'm doing what I can.
He kind of gives you a look up and down. And he says, yeah, but if you put some real effort into it, you probably wouldn't need to work that hard.
What?
He picks up his mug and takes a very long drink. So, down below, what are the two of you doing? Besides looking dangerous and sitting on a chair.
While I was, sitting on said chair, Xanathar's Guide to Everything suggests that I can investigate floorboards and various other wood.
Why?
So, just hear me out. I'd like to investigate this wall right here. You said this ship is in a state of disrepair. Are they, the panels that went to make this boat nice and crummy, or what are we talking here?
It's a discontinued sailing vessel, so yes?
Okay, I'll make a carpenter's tools with intelligence, perception, I'd argue. Just to see how hard I'd have to hit it with a sledgehammer to, bust it open.
Sure, go ahead and make that check.
Yes.
Not very hard.
Fucking sweet. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, and I'll finish my drink, and then I'll probably go back upstairs.
Okay. You head upstairs as well. Okay, everybody but our Val is upstairs now.
I'll head downstairs.
Okay, Lily heads downstairs.
I'm just trying to get Amric's attention without me actually speaking to him.
Make a performance roll, please.
Oh, this'll be good. My charisma sucks.
Well, it does get his attention because you're trying to do that I'm not trying to get your attention thing while doing a really bad job of not trying to be obvious about it. It's the kind of thing where you're leaned up against this couch and you're doing the thing where you're looking towards the bar, but you are very obviously constantly looking in his direction. And after a while, the spine devil leans in and whispers something to him, and he looks over, and there's a quick moment where he sizes you up, and then he just says, "You know, my dear, if you wanted to sit and have a drink, you don't need to be intimidated. You can just come and sit down," and he gestures to the empty chair.
I'll go over, I'll sit down.
"What can I do for you today?"
Well, I was looking for some work.
"Work, you say? Whatever for?"
Well, I figured out I don't like this town.
Not
much
many
like to
do.
leave. But I like the thrill of the chase. And from what I hear about you, you might have a couple of people need chasing.
Well, unfortunately, my business keeps me tied close to home. I don't really invest in ventures to Nyanzaru or anywhere exotic. Ships haven't gone
Locals
to...
just as fine as...
Well, I suppose if you are a capable person, there are some debts that were not collected from Little Kalimshan before the martial law was put in place. Those people are getting away with not paying me back what they owe. Are you the kind of person that is capable of getting beyond the wall?
I have a certain knack for blending in when I need to.
See. Well, I can provide you with a list of names and debts. There was a young bard who came through not too long ago. No intention of paying. I would say in about 3 days' time, you could pay him a visit and remind him that paying would be in his best interest. Scare the boy, rattle him up, shave off his mustache for good measure.
Bard, mustache. I need a little more information to be able to find
Dark
this
skin,
bard.
dark hair, carries a thin-bladed rapier with him. Fancies himself quite clever. I believe he goes by the moniker of Bastion. There's 50 gold in it if you can bring proof of his mustache shaven to me. It will encourage him to pay on time.
All you want is a mustache for 50 gold?
All I want is his mustache.
I think I can bring you a mustache in 3 days.
Very good.
Are there any others or just the mustache?
He does give you a list of names, and he basically says it's Bastion is a special case where he's willing to give you 50 gold to shave his mustache and threaten him. But the others is basically you're getting 5% of what they owe, which is roughly about 10 to 20 gold for each person. But these are people who are outside of the city, so you would have to find a way to get out of the city to track them down. So it's more of a long-term one, but he does give you some contracts that you can look into.
Was he looking for me to sign any of these
No. He's just telling you about them, and he's like, if you can bring them to me, then he gives you copies of the contracts that basically have their name and what they owe. But outside of that, you have no obligation to bring them. If you don't, you have no obligation to complete the tasks.
Are they handwritten?
Yes.
Are they his handwriting?
Yes.
That's all I wanted. I will take these. I will have your mustache in 3 days. And I'll see what I can do about the rest. And then I will get up and I will go upstairs and walk right past Lily and not just pretend I don't even know her.
Okay.
Hello, I say to the Kenku.
The Kenku looks at you and says, "Hello."
How are you?
It kind of cants its head to the side.
I am good. I am bad. I am okay.
I am good. I am bad. I am okay.
Kind of thought you might be able to split that up. So...
No, please, don't. And it starts filling a glass of ale for you.
Oh, thank you. I will put down the gold for that.
Just 2 more days. Don't kill me. It slides it over.
Look over. Is that kind of thing a problem often?
Bring me his mustache. It holds out a hand.
I pay for the ale. I shake his hand.
Oh no, it was for you to pay him. He takes the coin and tucks it into the little register or whatever they use to keep track of the money. It goes back to cleaning a glass, as all bartenders in high fantasy settings do.
Just in that constant state of motion.
Mm-hmm. It's been clean for hours, but he's contractually obligated to always be polishing a glass.
Well, thank you very much. I will finish my ale and...
Now Val's gonna go around to all of the tables with people sitting there and ask them all their names. We'll start with the dwarf, or the white-bearded guy.
Make a persuasion roll, please. Hello, what's your name? Sawed off.
She still just sits there. Doesn't move.
Okay, Lily heads upstairs. So what is everybody doing?
Val's gonna leave without acknowledging the rest of the group. She's just gonna wait outside the boat until everybody else comes out.
I'm outside
You are still wearing the fake beard.
with a fake beard, and I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff.
When I go outside and I see Shayna, I'll hold up the papers. I got us some work.
Oh, that's good.
Bastion will pat Nail on the shoulder before walking out, leaving him to his drink.
Yeah, Bastion just gets up and leaves. He finished his drink quite a while ago, and he didn't want to pay.
Oh,
enough
now
to
you're
go
doing
for
it too.
another one.
We don't know what it is.
He just called himself Bastion.
Oh, ha.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Lily, you're still down in the cavern.
Yeah, I'll tell the people who, if they need healing, then to seek me out, and I'll see what I can do.
Okay. And
Actually, I'm gonna go up to that guy I spoke with before.
okay, you return to the table where the man is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When do you expect the people to come for you, by the way?
Oh, probably in about 3 days' time. I was supposed to pay yesterday. Not really sure why I'm here drinking now. He's like right downstairs. Maybe
3 days.
maybe I'm exuding a level of confidence that shows that I might have the money, and he'll think that I'm capable of paying it if I'm clearly here, not with the money in hand.
So I should come back in 3 days.
Sure, that might be good. I might still be alive then.
I'm trying to.
I don't know. I was supposed to pay him yesterday. Usually people are found dead 3 days after they're not paid.
Oh, I thought you just said he was going to break your legs, not kill you.
Well, it starts with leg breaking.
Do you?
I'm gonna tell the guys that are outside that I have a list of names of people that owe Amric money.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's one way to get in good with them.
I borrowed gold, and I produced the sack of coin.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk. Don't you worry. We'll talk.
I start swinging the flail around. Yeah, we'll talk,
Yeah,
buddy.
you're on that list.
Hey Shana, you do that too much more and you'll take this entire ship down. The construction of the lower decks is real shit.
Oh. Huh. Well, it's probably why it's a casino and not a boat.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if we want to flood the, lower floors, we just have to hit it very hard.
Why do we
It might
wanna
come in useful next time we're here.
Will it though?
Oh, probably not. We'll probably get stabbed and die before, the room fills up too much, but it'd still be funny.
I'll head out to convene with the others.
Okay.
Oh, and Shayna, we figured out what killed the bird.
Was it bees?
Amaric has a spine devil.
That's not as cool as the undead.
It's still worse than bees, though.
Have you ever had a mouthful of bees?
Why would anyone have a mouthful of bees?
Because I put sunglasses on and then I walk off.
Where did she get those?
Are they off the ship already?
No, they're standing right on the deck having a very loud conversation.
We are not being loud, we are being normal.
So loud.
I'm gonna pause about here and then look around and try to see if anybody's watching.
I'm just gonna walk off the boat because then we don't have to worry about it.
You feel several pairs of eyes on you from the crow's nest.
I'm gonna use another divine.
Okay. When you use your divine sense, you detect that there are infernal creatures nearby.
Okay.
Is it though?
No.
As you all start making your way down, a figure is making their way up the gangplank. And see... Oh, I didn't give her a character sheet. Because they gave them art, but they didn't put it in the thing. There is a cloaked figure approaches, armor clanging with each step. One gloved hand rests on the hilt of a longsword. The other pulls back a cowl to reveal the face of a teenager with brown skin, red hair, and a haunting gaze. She looks up at you all and says, "What were you all doing in there just now?"
Drinking.
Gambling. Selling
Getting
us
cheated.
Schmoozing.
Oh,
Everything locked down for me.
sorry.
Got kicked out.
Oh, well then come back.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm gonna wait for Shay to answer.
I can't tell if it's a boy or a girl.
All right, what I miss?
There is a figure that has approached. You see the face of a teenager with brown skin, red hair, and a haunting gaze. They look at you and they asked what you all were doing in the tavern. Everybody gave their own answers.
Trying to learn some information about the city.
Oh. See? Well, that's fine. And you see them kind of step off to the side. I must have had you mistaken for someone else.
Whom, if you don't mind my asking?
With all due respect, I do mind. You're not the ones I'm looking for.
Is everything alright? Is there some way I can help?
Quick question. Those of you who had stuff prominently displayed beforehand, are you still wearing your badges out in the open?
Fuck no.
Probably not. Now, but now that we're out, she's probably getting it out in the open. I don't know.
Any a yes or a no, Rez?
Yes.
Okay. When Shayna comes down, her eyes look on the badge of the Flaming Fist, and she immediately starts to draw the sword and takes a few more steps back, and she says, I definitely have the wrong group. No, I'm going to... You didn't see me, and she just... she takes out the sword, and she's gesturing it at you all in a defensive posture, and is backing up. Because she's looking at Shayna and says, "You four didn't see me," and she starts backing
I just
away.
hold my hands up. It's all right. We're not. Look, if I'm going to be fair, Flaming Fist are a bunch of jerks.
Shayna, you hear Flaming Fists are a bunch of jerks while you're wearing a Flaming Fist badge out in the open.
I unpin the badge and I slowly put it away.
Unfortunately, it's a necessary deception.
You're not supposed to.
We do
You're not supposed to be
apologize.
saying things about the flaming fist with them right behind you.
Flaming Fist, get on the ground! And I tackle Lily.
Okay.
And you can grapple.
I don't wanna.
Okay. So she declares. She declares flaming fist.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
Okay. She tackles you. The moment Lily gets tackled to the ground, this girl turns and books it.
Yep, I'm in hot pursuit. Shit!
Yeah,
Offense
same.
are terrible.
I'm gonna
Take off
stand
after
up.
Nail.
You're gonna sit down.
and chase. I'm gonna stand up and chase.
Roll a contested strength check then.
Ah, my nope.
Flaming Fist, get on the ground!
Yeah, it's.
Damn it, Shayna, you're
Well, at least we don't need our divine casters for this.
what did I say about being stupid?
First of all, I'm Shayna the bearded one, not normal Shayna.
Okay, bearded one.
Nail, you're not able to keep up with the athleticism of this young teenager. It looks like they run pretty regularly, and even in their armor, they are able to outpace you. And they round a street corner, quickly putting their sword away and pulling their hood back up, and they are gone.
God fucking damn it, guys! Really?
As soon as he loses her, Nail just shouts out, "Nail the mercenary! Come find." Then I return to the group. I don't expect that
Can
to.
I shoot
her?
But
Why? Why would you shoot her? Oh my god!
No, I meant Shayna, not.
Oh, I mean, if we're going to escalate it to that, yes.
Hey, Shayna, can you get off me, please?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to try and actually, do you think you all can help me look for her?
I can help you.
I'd appreciate it.
I could maybe gather some rumors about the city, see if anyone's seen this team.
And I think it needs to be kind of subtle. Let's see if we can find her. She can't be too far.
Can't be too far.
Well,
That's
she went
true.
down and around the corner.
Alright, go looking for her.
Already.
I'm gonna find a quiet place so I'm gonna try and stealth and try and go in the general direction she went. Maybe she slowed down and I can catch up with her.
Sure. You guys can attempt survival checks to try and track this person in the cityscape.
hey, I'm actually proficient at that. Never mind.
It does look like the time that it's taken to get Lily up onto her feet, and for you all to decide to pursue this person, that the trail has gone cold. It looks like you spooked them between the flaming fists and just generally being rowdy around each other. They clearly got the impression that they had the wrong people and ran. Which brings us to the new question of what do you all do next? You all came to the Lowlight Tavern for some reason. and have now left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, from my count,
Sorry, low
there was-
lantern, not low light. That's a
there was
totally
at least 7
non-existent
bodyguards, not including anyone down on the bottom deck, not including the Kenku, and not including the main man himself, and his stupid demon. I'm not necessarily fond of those.
Well,
Thing. How do you know they all worked for him?
Look. Did any of you get any information?
he
Anything
just
on the Van Thamper?
he just said a bunch of information.
She meant about the actual family and what they're doing.
Smack. You're a voice in the sky.
It's true.
I hold up the papers in my hand. We have a start.
Hey, that's a good point.
We can
know
figure
who's
out.
crossed them before.
I would like to try something.
Okay.
In case she's hiding anywhere, I'm just gonna call out. Miss, it's alright. My friends are just idiots sometimes.
Is that all?
None of us are here to harm you. I promise. I swear.
Persuasion check, please.
I'm gonna use
I'm gonna hit you with
Share.
guidance.
Oh, thank you. And I'm gonna use my channel.
Emissary of beings.
Emissary of peace.
Rebuke the violent.
That's what I should have used.
Yeah.
Alright, so persuasion. God, thank goodness for 13 plus a D. $15 total. Jesus Christ. Jesus, my fucking rolls today. I'm sorry, everyone.
15 total.
I'm
Okay.
good. Yep, 15.
So, after... Actually, I'll just keep... We're not going back in that place. After a long bit of silence, there is finally, like, a head that pokes around the corner, and you see the familiar curly red tresses of this young person, and they kind of seem to lock eyes on you, Lily, and they reach a hand out and gesture for you to follow.
I glance back to everyone else.
Hot damn,
Just
it
kinda-
actually worked.
Emissary of peace, yo.
I don't know what that means, but I'm glad it worked.
I will follow Lily.
Shayna, I'm sorry I got angry at you.
She yelled at me.
Lily, as
You kind of deserve.
Lily, as you tell them that you're going to follow her, as soon as you round the corner into this alley, you are promptly grabbed and pressed up against the wall, and you see that she has her sword out, and the sword is like held up against you in one of those like threatening manners, but you can see that her hand is shaking, and she's like, "Why is the flaming fist following me?"
I was actually going to ask you that. Look, I believe there's an explanation here. My friends are very rowdy. Flaming fists can be dicks and conscript people under the threat of violence. We happen to be some of those people, but I assure you, we're not here to cause any harm to you. I'm actually here because I want to make the city better. Me personally.
She gives you a long look, and you see like the squinty eyes of not sure if she should believe that or not. And she just says, "Why bother? This is a cesspool. I hope the rats eat it." She
Yeah.
lets you go slowly as the rest of the group rounds the corner into this alley. And she makes note of all of you, and she very carefully turns so that she doesn't have her back to any of you down this alley. She says, "My name is Rhea Mantlemorn. I've been looking for someone, and I saw the group of you moving about the city. You're very loud, but it seems that you were able to get some things done for the city, and I was hoping you might be able to help."
Oh,
Depends on what you're looking for, but we
I feel
pride
like you can
ourselves
help
on.
us.
hold that thought. I'm going to glance around. Divine sense.
Okay. That is your third use of the divine sense today.
I got 6 of them.
Okay. You do not
But yes.
detect anything.
Okay, we're good.
How about how deserted is the alleyway?
You
Are
can,
there people milling?
you can look around.
I will assist with that.
It's how do you help her eyes?
I will
He
give
gives me
her
a pair of
another point.
glasses.
I will give her another point of view and look down a different direction.
You put your hands on Val's head and you guide her search, or you do the thing where you like make the horse blinders so that she can.
You
want to make a second perception check down a different direction is what you're actually doing than Morph,
Sure.
because you can't help a person see. Okay. More if you look down the alley itself, you get a good feeling that nobody is currently squatting in the alley to live and, just eke out their miserable existence. Val, you look out of the alley, and while it's late morning, it seems like the street you're on isn't very busy right now. There are still people milling about, but nobody seems to care that a couple of armed individuals had dragged somebody down an alleyway. It's fairly common in Baldur's Gate. Jay, you were saying.
Oh. I don't sense any fiends or undead or any. I don't sense any. I don't sense anything nearby spying on us.
Nothing. Nobody really seems to be paying particular attention to us.
Except for Miss Rayla?
Rhea. She had
Rhea. I'm Lily. And these are my friends, my companions.
I'll nod.
Hi, I'm Shayna the Bearded.
Is she wearing a fake beard?
Why aren't you wearing a fake beard?
Bastion's going to snatch the beard and a flourish and a bow.
Shayna screams and then falls over.
She's not really associated with Flaming Fist, is she?
No.
She stole
No.
it, didn't she?
Yes, she stole it.
She's
good, and you see her visibly relax, because that makes more sense than this obviously crazy person being a member of the Flaming Fist to her.
Maybe I'm actually part of the cult of Cyric. You don't know.
she's very excitable. She's a good person, just really interesting. But she's my friend, so
I lean in a little closer to Rhea, and I whisper, "It's really a forgery. I made it myself."
Oh, looks very real, very convincing. I had a good look at another one quite recently. Bit of a nasty accident that. Um, I have not been in Baldur's Gate for very long. I'm looking for somebody. I was. I came with the refugees from Elturel. You seem like you're capable of helping me find somebody who's gone missing. It's very important that we find him.
Who are we looking for?
She kind of leans in and she says, I'm looking for Thavius Krieg.
We heard that name before. Anybody else got notes on him?
Before my time.
Don't seem to.
He was the guy who
Thavius Krieg is
left
the ruler
to
of
visit.
Elturel.
Yeah, but didn't he leave somewhere?
Leave?
And Elturel disappeared.
Do
you know what happened to Elturel?
And you see that haunted look cross back over her face. I saw what happened to Elturel. Several of us were out training not far from the city when it happened. The companion went dark, the sky and shattered, and the earth erupted in flames and swallowed the city. There weren't many people who were able to get out in time, but there's nothing left of Elturel.
So the companion's a thing?
This
Not
is
a
what
person?
happened?
The companion is a sacred artifact.
Oh. I'm sorry, I am... you can tell I'm not from Elturel.
No, not many people in Baldur's Gate are. We're not supposed to be in this city. So, if anyone asks, I definitely am from Baldur's Gate.
Of course. So you're looking for Thavius Krieg. Did you know him?
Thavius Krieg is our leader. If anyone can provide an explanation of what happened, I heard rumors that he was here, that he got out of the city, and if he's here, he can help the refugees like he helped us before. He's a great man. He's a great, powerful man.
I'm gonna rifle through my my list. Is that name on the list by
No,
any
it is
chance?
not.
Well, if he's here, either the Van Dampers are looking for him or they found him.
Almost like there might have been some information on that.
The vampires we know are involved with funding the murder cult, which we dismantled. And if you've been following us, like you say, I'm sure you're aware of that.
I did see your handiwork at the bathhouse, and she kind of looks to the side at remembering all of the blood and the bodies.
Not my failure for not being able to save those people.
There is a mixture of responsibility there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I should have been able to get even one person out, though.
You can't be blamed for that. But that's not the important part. The important part is when we learned that the Van Dampers' responsibility with everything that happened in Elturel.
But
The vampires are responsible for what happened? You're certain of this?
The matron of the house was trying to remove the credibility from the Flaming Fist.
And she spits and she says, "What credibility?"
Fair point.
That would be it. But she wants to remove them as any sort of power within Baldur's Gate, so it will be easier for her to take control,
over.
assumedly.
And so you think she might know where Thavius Krieg is?
Either know, or she's also on the lookout for him if she's aware that he survived.
Oh,
Consider her son runs a spy network using
good.
imps.
What
So,
information
she'd have a
did you get about her son in the boat?
Still working
I
on
look to
that.
the others.
And she takes a moment and looks at each of you. You were in there for quite a long time. You didn't get any information about what they're doing?
We didn't get any
I-
proof.
I know that if
I
I
got
hit
proof.
the road really hard with my sledgehammer, it will puncture and maybe sink a little.
That's someone's tavern, though.
There's a moment where she gives the Wolf of Wall Street Leonardo DiCaprio look at Nail, and then she turns back to Lily and says, "So what is our plan?"
Well,
I think the
wait, what do
idea
we know?
I have a
was-
list of people that are not necessarily friends with Amric that maybe we can get some information from, and still
Alex.
try and get into the inner circles and try and get more information. Because if he does not know us, he's not going to give us just information.
So you're hoping to get enough trust from that will spill some information.
Trust from them, trust from the people on this list. I would prefer the trust of the people on this list than for people to think.
The list of names you were given were people who owe him money.
And people who might be interested in their removal.
No, he gave you a list of people who owe him money, and he wants you to collect that money.
Yeah,
But if he
the
were to
idea is
die, then they'd
we-
benefit.
we're gonna go try to get on their good side to see what they know about him.
That people who borrowed people who borrowed money?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
See what information they have on the family.
Yeah, sure. Checks out, I guess.
Probably not much.
other
Otherwise, they
thing-
wouldn't buy into a contract with them.
Yeah. If they know anything, if they have any dirt on him, then I imagine they would have used it.
The other thing we
Make-
have is...
Hold on. Everybody can make me a quick insight check. I can just save us some trouble here. Nail and Val anybody who rolled over 10, the kind of people in the lower city that generally borrow money from a moneylender usually aren't influential people. They're poor people who, get the payday loans or do the
Well,
car
we
title.
could kill these people, get close to Amric, and then take down his family.
Yes, that's much more viable. But
All right, yeah.
like going to the pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today peasant is probably not going to provide you much help in dealing, because I know Val wasn't there for it, but a number of you know how effective commoners are against people associated with a murder cult. And it's probably not a good route to take it a second time.
Fair point. All
But,
right,
but
let's go break some legs.
yeah, I was gonna say, but if you wanted to play the long game of getting on Amric's good side, that is a much more viable path. That makes more sense. get on his good side and get him talking. But yeah, turning the peasants against him probably wouldn't work.
All right, everyone, get your hammers, get your flails,
And so
get your table legs.
And is the discussion of collecting debts and breaking legs being openly discussed?
I'm not
No.
going to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you would know Lily's not going to take part in that.
Okay,
That's
so
why
if you
I
do it,
what is our in character plan then? Because you guys are having this conversation about what to do in character.
well, I know there's some people who are actually in that tavern who are probably going to be maimed or killed. I'm not one to start a fight, but I'm willing to end one.
Shayna, who did you threaten?
Who didn't I threaten?
Rhea kind of looks at Lily at that and says, Why is it any of our concern what these people are doing with the moneylender?
Well, partly because I like to help people, and partly because if Amric really is going to try and hurt someone, and we defend him, get rid of his guards, then
don't misunderstand me. I am all for rooting out the corruption and evil where it stands. I will fight against any demonic incursion or orc warband, but you're talking about dismantling a corrupted system that has infested the very core of the city. You're not going to help that individual by trying to pay his debt, or even by removing one moneylender. There will be more to take his place. That's you're treating the symptom, not curing the sickness.
There'll be another
You're
one.
aiming for the tail while you should be
Yes, well.
cutting off the head.
Not even that, but I admire your conviction, but we have more important matters. Elturel got consumed by a ball of fire and is a crater. My lord is here in the city. We need to be focused on making sure that this doesn't happen to Baldur's Gate as well. We don't have time to be trying to deal with every Tom, Dick, and Harry's bad life choices. He has to be able to take care of himself.
Do you think it's going to happen to Baldur's Gate too?
Out of character, you know for a fact that is exactly what they're planning, and it is what your group had told her.
That is true.
You guys just told her that you found evidence that the Van Thampers are trying to do that and take over Baldur's Gate. Mortlock told you that was what was going to happen.
Okay, so you think that we should just go down there and break his legs and find out if he knows anything about where your leader is?
I think we need to get to the bottom of this and find out what we can about where Thavius Krieg is. If you all have already tried talking to him, surely there's other avenues we can go. Or, yes, we can do our best to go in there and rabble-rouse and cause up a ruckus, but I'm not supposed to be in this city. If the Flaming Fists come down on the Low Lantern, well, they're going to kill me first.
I will not allow that.
I don't
The
think
other
you
option-
can stop it. They've been rounding up my kind ever since we arrived in the city.
So what if we pose you as not one of your kind?
Why are they after you anyway? Just because you're inside the city? Is that all?
Because she's a refugee. We're under a lockdown, Lily.
She kind of looks between
But
all of you
one
and
one
seems
refugee-
to think about what she wants to say, and she says in a very hushed tone, "They've been rounding up and executing all of the Hell Riders."
You're a Hell
Thank you,
Rider.
Rez.
The Hell Riders. Wow. So wait, you are a Hell Rider?
Well, first of all, let me say,
She puffs
admire
out
your
she
brave-
puffs out her chest a little bit and puts her hands on her hips and says, "I'll have you know, yes, I am a Hell Rider."
Can I have your autograph?
No?
I just leave.
Well, we do
Not
know
really.
that the Van Dampers don't view you Hell Riders as any kind of threat, so they say. But if
Okay.
you were
Enough
apparently
of that.
that's not
they'd
true.
kill you.
Well, you don't typically find someone threatening when you're slaughtering them in mass.
Or they do, and that's why they're doing it.
It's not really in mass. They've just been kind of rounding up and executing anyone they find that's in hiding, which is why I'm in hiding.
Right.
So-
okay. So
Okay, so here's
we-
our options. We go back and try to deal with Amric, or we go investigate their villa. Or maybe we can. But I don't know how we would get into their villa though, unless Amric can get us in, and I don't know why he would. And unfortunately, we didn't get Morty on our side, so he can't get us in.
Oh,
What is
wait.
that? That
I have an
tiefling
idea.
lady.
Oh yeah, there was that Tiefling lady.
Vendetta,
Well-
yeah.
Saved.
Mortlock's brothers don't like him, right? Why don't we just go over and say that we killed his brother?
We would need some kind of proof.
Almost like we need someone that's part of the death cult.
With
you recall
maybe
the
some
name?
bones.
With some bones.
So
Yeah.
what you're saying is we
And what
walk up, we
happens
say,
when he shows up alive?
Well, because he's leaving the city.
Dead.
He's left town by now, I think.
He's gone.
Also, totally unrelated, I'm looking at the concept art for different things, and there is a thing that you'll see later in Avernus, but they have a diagram of it for scale, and the size comparison, they have a person next to it. It just says average-sized Perkins. So the scale comparison is 1 Chris Perkins.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, wow, average size Perkins. It's like, by comparison to this object, there are several Perkins stacked on top of each other, and that's how big it is. Anyways.
Okay, so
So,
Amric, or do we try to sneak into the villa?
Well, I still think I could pull off being part of a cult that I'm actually a part of.
Well,
Okay.
Bastion
you
owes Amric money.
you might be tipping your hat a little early if you guys wander back in there and try something new.
Well, I didn't go downstairs.
You're just not allowed back in.
No, Shayna the Bearded isn't allowed back in. Now I don't have my beard on.
Fair. Everybody else besides Shayna has gone up to him or been in his presence. So if you suddenly show up and are like, hey, we're not the thing that we just did, but in fact this thing. So yeah, you have the option of sending Shayna down for sure.
I mean, I could go back too. I didn't.
I
Really?
have a meeting with Amric in 3
You
days.
went down there and made your presence obvious.
Don't worry, guys. I can
That
handle
Phoebe
it.
just sat on the couch.
And I don't know if the Valkyrian can take Bastion's mustache too.
You don't know that you can take Valkyrian's mustache. But do you really want to leave her alone with Bastion? Listen, if it were between this choice or that choice, if you all alert the Flaming Fist, I can't help you down here. But I also don't have a way of getting into the upper district. Do any of you have a way into the upper city?
Flaming Fist allowed up there?
Oh. Well, actual Flaming Fist members are allowed in there. As we all know, you guys are not associated with the Flaming Fist. And your deputy badges certainly don't help you.
So, okay, so let's pretend that I go and talk to the guy, right? What would be the goal there to get invited to their house?
Just hit on him a little bit. See if you can't get invited back.
Asking the important question 2 hours and 45 minutes into the episode.
Hey, no problem. I'm always on track, right?
Well, hey, more on track than...
It's that, or I mean, if he can give us a pass into the upper city.
I imagine that's where they live.
No doubt. But do you think you could get it from him?
I think it's worth a try.
You
could
could
be.
let him know that you ran into his brother. And his brother is on to him. Just maybe make him think you're giving him a heads up. Maybe he's doing something he's not really doing. At least not that we're aware of.
You might also be able to make him paranoid and tell him, well, if you tried killing your other brother is also out to get you, so he's the only brother left.
Consider that the other brother is very in with his mother. She relies on the other brother. If the other brother is against him...
Okay, all right.
that means
We're gonna have to start using names here because everybody just saying other brother. There's 3 of them.
lot of speculation and what ifs being tossed around.
If Impy McFuckstein...
I know
against
which one that one is. Yes.
Yeah. If he is against Amaric, then that means their mother is also against Amaric, because those two are close-knit. It's going to be a very hard sell.
How about if I just go down there and just be like, "Hey, I'm from the cult. You got anything for me to do?"
You could always just say, "Death Skull failed. I finished the job. Now pay me."
Oh, or I could do that.
But then you have to wonder, was it Amaric who called the hit, or was it Impy McFuckstein?
He has a name? Thirstwell?
I don't remember it.
It's in the thing, man!
How can you forget the name Thirstwell? And yes, like, notes exist, man. They are in the journal tabs.
Alright, so if you maybe as part of that payment ask him for a note or something that gives us entry into the upper city.
I can make one.
Yeah, that could work. Or she can make one.
Actually-
But it's fine.
We've got
I
a
don't-
whole bunch of his contracts right fucking there.
Uh,
You've
I-
got a forgery kit. We're fucking in.
Yeah.
Job
What?
done.
What are you talking about?
I have his handwriting.
Numerous times, I might add.
I have a forgery kit. I can forge a letter granting us entrance into the upper city.
Did you get his handwriting by signing a contract?
I show her the list of names.
Rhea looks at you for a moment, and she seems to be kind of that look that's torn between admiration at your cleverness, but then also like wanting to admonish you for the idea of skullduggery and subterfuge. And she says, it might actually be a good idea. We pretend that the Van Vampers have given us an invitation to enter. We might be able to talk our way past the city guard.
Not only that, I also have Zodge's handwriting.
I don't think we
And
I don't
I
think we
pull
need
out-
this Zodge fellow. I'm not sure what a Zodge is. What's Zodge?
He's the head of
He's-
flaming. He's a flaming fist captain in the area.
and
She
I
squints
pull,
her
and I pull out,
she squints her
and I
eyes at you
pull
guys
out a
again.
signet ring.
Where did you?
When you guys start talking about working for the Flaming Fist again, she takes another step back and she
Don't worry, I stole it. I stole the
Nobody
handwriting
says worked
sample.
for him. We were just describing who he was.
I was just saying I have his handwriting and a signet ring.
How do you get these things?
And Morph, yes, you did in fact, as a group, say that you worked for the Flaming Fist when you first met her, which is why she ran. So to say that you didn't is not true. That's how
didn't.
That's how the
Well,
mess
we
got
didn't say it
started in the
again.
first place.
We
We
didn't,
didn't-
say it again.
I didn't say
I-
again. I said that you guys made it clear that you had worked for them, and then you start talking very familiarly about your association with the Flaming Fist after telling her you're not associated with the Flaming Fist.
I told her that we were conscripted
Mm-hmm. You
and
did.
don't care for them.
But this is a person who's watched her friends get murdered by the Flaming Fist. So you have to understand that when you start talking familiarly about working for them... But it's fine. There was clarification that these were stolen after you all talked about being familiar with the captain, Dodge.
He's a giant asshole with a tiny prick.
How
Likes
do
hitting
you-
people with a chain.
But I think Amric's letter would gain us entry far faster than
What is this
whatever.
about? 50 gold for a mustache? That doesn't make sense.
It very
Is
clearly,
that actually written down?
It's very clearly written down that there is a contract out for Bastion's
Yes,
mustache.
it is on that list.
In 3 days, she has to threaten Bastion and shave his mustache off, Lily.
I'm not gonna question that.
I mean, no, he's spot on. I was not planning on repaying the money unless we had to, so.
Shayna, in 3 days, I expect you to shave his mustache off.
Okay.
Or, excuse me, other person.
Val.
Val.
I'll help.
Yeah, Shayna, you can help shave the mustache off.
He will get the name straight eventually.
You guys pick just capital names. There's Crowbar, L, Daisy, Shauna.
I am Daisy!
That's not how Daisy sounds.
That is not how that queen sounds. How dare you?
I know.
Okay, so I don't have to go in and pretend that I'm part of a cult that I'm actually a part of.
I mean,
Rhea narrows her eyes again.
You don't.
You're
Okay.
very casual about, telling people.
Sometimes you have to dip your toes in a couple of different pools.
Look,
No, in fact, you don't. You can just live a righteous life and be a good person without ever having to be evil.
Hey,
I point at her and nod.
I am a good person.
You're
I
part of a
bake
murder
cupcakes
cult.
and I give them to the people who want cupcakes. And sometimes I even give them to the homeless. Do you go out and give food to the homeless?
Yes.
Sometimes.
I
Hey.
lean in towards Rhea. Don't eat the cupcakes.
Why not? They're really good.
Never mind.
Okay. Lily, your
So if I'm
companions
going
are
to,
strange.
I know, aren't they? But, they're also clever and I trust them. So,
I'm not sure clever is the right word.
Val, you were
Where-
saying.
When did you last see this Krieg?
Me personally?
Or know of his whereabouts? Maybe
Before
not personally.
Elturel fell. Say that 5 times
So you don't even
fast.
have proof he's in the city.
No, I said there were rumors that he was here. There were sightings of him shortly before the martial
Where
law was put in
were
place.
the sightings? Do you know what part of the city?
I haven't been able to get much information on it. I've been trying, but the last time my informant, who was supposed to tell me, turned out to be a member of the Flaming Fist, and well, I had to. It was an unfortunate circumstance.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it all happens when people try to live righteous lives.
I had to protect myself.
Whatever works for you.
you've seen me. You've seen me.
You understand that righteousness doesn't mean that you don't kill people. I am a warrior. I have killed people to protect myself and to protect others. I've something real fast. There we go. Yep. I have killed people to protect myself and others. I've protected Elturel.
I think we've all killed people to protect ourselves.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We've all had to kill people before. And it's not a traumatic experience to do at all. I'm giving you advantage because it's very obvious she has never killed anyone before.
Yeah. So, how about before you judge me in my life, you take a couple of walks in my shoes, and then you can come back and be all high and mighty to me?
Look, it's...
Well, if I have my assessment of you down correctly, it seems like you don't even have your own shoelaces tied correctly. You tackled your friend and nearly botched this whole meeting. Pretending to be the Flaming Fists, the evil people who have been murdering my friends and loved ones for no other reason than to stroke their egos. So, I think I might have you pegged down, murder cultist lady? Did I miss anything? Oh, you were also wearing a fake beard. I don't have one of those. Can I borrow yours?
No, you may not.
Oh, okay. I think I might have you pegged down.
Would you
I
like
can
us
set
to-
you up with a disguise if you'd like.
I can set you up with a whole new identity if you'd like.
No, I don't think that's necessary. I think once we find Krieg, we'll be able to fix what's going on and be able to stop what the Flaming Fist is doing, so I don't have to be in hiding anymore. Krieg is our ruler and our leader. He'll make sure that the dukes here are taking care of the refugees and not letting the Flaming Fist run like mad dogs with their commander missing.
I kind of get the sense that the Dukes don't really care about the people, or... I've met a few good people, but... There's only one way to solve this. I must become a duke of the city.
Nail, don't you have a noble sponsor?
Not in the slightest, no. He, any chance I might have had to have one was murdered in a bathhouse.
That's fair. He did die. Died really badly.
Speaking of, I still have to send off a letter
I
to
meant-
his family.
I meant the other one, the one that you used or helped out. He got roofs done or something. You were telling me.
Technically, to some degree of the imagination, I do, but I did them a favor, they did me a favor. That's as far.
Well, hey, it's 3 hours. I think we have an idea. Question mark. In front
I like
of it.
I like the forgery plan, so I'm all for that.
Yeah, the forgery plan is great. That is probably your best chance in getting to the upper city. Did anybody use the custom backgrounds for this area besides Nail?
Yes.
I know there's one for the.
Well, so technically, but we killed my religious community, so I don't think that applies.
Oh.
You would be able to speak to the blokes out in the religious town of Outer City, but
Well, like I'm more asking about things like criminal connection or the stuff that can give you guys access to places too. Like, does it?
Yeah, I have the entertainer background. I have backstage pass. I can pretty much get us into any of the venues normally if I have access to them.
Well, I mean, we're not talking about getting you access to a venue. We're talking about getting you access to the upper city, Morph.
I'd assume they'd have taverns or places to perform.
No, they would give you access to the upper city tavern, but how do you get the gate pass to get into the upper city? You know that the tavern doesn't provide gate passes that the city guard hand out, right?
It's not just taverns. Like I said, there are performance areas. If I can get someone who wants to have a bard perform, if any nobles are looking for anything party-wise, they like to hold those things. I can get that kind of.
You do know
forgery.
you do know the tiefling lady, so that's an option too.
Actually, what it says is you can meet somebody backstage and make a contact. It doesn't say that it lets you in anywhere. I'm reading it right now.
I know it doesn't say that, but I'm inferring things because I have a connection in.
So what you're hoping is the next time you make a performance check that somebody from the upper city might have gone down into the lower city and is impressed by what you're doing enough to give 5 passes into the upper city.
Yeah.
Possible too.
Never mind.
I'm just trying to give you the logical conclusion because yes, I understand what you're hoping it does, but realistically, why would an upper city person be down in the lower city and then hand over passes to bring you and your murder hobo friends into the upper city?
To lend
You say
money.
that, but that is literally my background. Finding a Patria in the Outer City.
I mean, hey, if that's your background, then that might be the one that helps. But Morph's doesn't really do what he thought it did.
I'm just saying, they do end up in the lower city and the outer city occasionally.
I mean, Emmerich is from the upper city. And he's
Probably
also
probably
slumming
not
in the
during
lower city.
probably not during martial law. And no, he's not slumming. He runs a
Good point.
business.
Yes, he's slumming it and runs a business in a slummy part of the slum city, of which he is the noble of.
He's more of a criminal background, and you don't actually know if he lives in the upper city. He is just part of a noble family that lives in the upper city.
You're right. Why would I ever assume that he would live in his family estate?
I mean,
We could also try and find Vendetta Crest.
that is also a viable option. But yes, he lives, or he operates in the lower city. There is no evidence to give that he lives in the upper city. That's his mother's villa. He's a grown-ass man. Why would he live there?
Well, Thirstwell, or whatever his name is, lives there, doesn't he?
Yes, but Thirstwell was described as a sickly boy. So, healthy, strapping lad, sickly man. So, you know, if I'm sick my whole life, I probably didn't get very far. If I'm a handsome, dashing man with a well-to-do goatee and demon pet, I probably have my own place.
No, that checks out. Sick people tend to still live with their mothers, in my experience.
In your experience. Checks out, still lives with mother. Anyways, I think the counterfeit is a solid plan. Finding Vendetta is a solid plan. You guys have actual plans for next week, unlike this week, so we might be able to get somewhere.
Hooray!
Hooray!
And we have gold again.
And you have gold again.
And some of us get more gold when we shave your mustache.
Mm-hmm.
One of us gets more gold.
One of them.
But I'm gonna
when he
help.
shaves his
So
mustache.
I will take a very small percentage.
And I will still look fabulous
All he
even
does
without
is
the
spit
mustache.
success. It's
Will
incredible.
you though?
So you're assuming I'm actually shaving his mustache.
I mean, I know.
True, I
about
have
it, so
plenty
I'm
of
gonna,
fake ones in the disguise kit.
I'm gonna
Anywho.
shave his mustache.
Let's wrap up for the night. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.